and welcome to the Crafty Dancer. Okay, well, Christmas is over, and I received a few Christmas presents. So my son got me some Let's Resin molds, and one of them that he got me was the pumpkin, which I've already done one, and I'm going to kind of give you my opinion on it. It's really cool. I did it in orange with coffee for the stem, and it came out really nice. I think I poured it a little thick, but I'm going to try to do one with a little bit lighter as far as the orange goes, and see if I can't get it a little bit of translucency to it so that I can put a tea light in it and let it glow a little bit. So that is the pumpkin, but it came out really nice. I am planning on doing a project today, so I'm going to tell you about it here in a minute. But I also got the new ocelotto mold, which is really, really cute, and it was kind of interesting. I looked up online, and they really do look like this, except with that same little face, and they even have some of them that look like they're smiling at you. So they're really, really cute. I did pour one. I did this in my Chameleon powders just to try it out, and it's a really cool looking mold. You do have to be a little careful about the tops. Make sure you get all the air bubbles out, because I did get one with a little bubble there, but not too bad. So you got to watch out for that. And I'm planning on doing another one of these as well soon, and I'll do a video on it, but I'm going to do it more like the albino ocelotto, and I'll tell you about that when we do it. So there's that one. Then I also got the little dragon mold, which I'm in the process of doing one already. I poured a portion of it already, and did a little Chameleon powder gold on it, and we'll finish pouring that today. But the other one that I got was the dragon egg, which is really cool. I kind of like it. It's got the base and the lid. Now, I will tell you this, Let's Resin says exactly how much is supposed to go on it, and it says on here, what was it, 7.4 ounces. However, I found that this takes 8. It does not say how much this takes, but this actually takes 6 ounces. So you have 8 ounces plus 6 ounces for the lid. So Let's Resin kind of got that one wrong a little bit. So we're going to do it. But the reason I know that is because I poured one already. Now I just did this one in a solid color. I should have colored the crystals a different color, but it did come out really nice. I mixed some red with coffee to get this color, and it's not bad. The lid fits perfectly on there, and I really like it. So this is the pour we're going to do again today, so that I can actually post this video, because I made a video of me doing this one, but I kind of messed it up a little bit. So we're going to redo this video today. So that's what we have planned, and we're going to get started on it very shortly. The first thing I'm going to do, just to let you know, is I'm going to brush some colors into the egg, and then we'll do the pour. I am going to speed that up for you so you don't have to sit there and watch a long drawn out process video of me just brushing in the colors. But we'll start it slow and then I'll speed it up. So without further ado, let's get it started. We're going to pause so I can turn the camera down. Okay, so we have all of our stuff sitting here, so I'm going to go ahead and clear some of it away. Set the pumpkin out there out of the way. Yeah, ocelotto out of the way. There we go. Yep. And now we have our egg. Okay, so I'm going to do the egg in Chameleon powders, and they're from Let's Resin as well. And we're going to do this in the Carmine red, and then we'll do the crystal in a different one, which is from this company. I'm not real sure of the name, but it's in more of a gold. So those are the two colors I'm going to be brushing in, and then I'll use my Baltic Day pigment paste for the black. So let's get started with the red. Now, a good thing to do is make sure that you have your brush nice and clean. Tap the top of your lid to get the pigment, to get the powders down a little bit. And be a little careful when you're doing this, because it can, fluff up into the air. So don't breathe on it, because you'll breathe it in. Otherwise, you might want to make sure that you're wearing a mask. So we'll just do this real quick. Okay, so I've got my resin. I'm using Let's Resin, just a regular Let's Resin, epoxy resin. It's an A and a B, so it's 1:1. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put in some black pigment. But before I do that, I want to start the stir process, because I have not mixed it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start stirring it up. After I stir it, I will go ahead and put in the pigment and stir it a little bit more. And for this, I'm going to be using the epoxy resin Pure Soul from Baltic Day, and I'm using just the black. So nothing fancy, just going pure black on it. I found that the black pigment paste gives me the darkest color, but after I put the pigment paste in, I will put it into my little vacuum chamber, debubble it, and then I'll do the pour. Now I put 8 ounces in one and 6 ounces in the other. And that should be enough to take care of both this and the lid. And then maybe have a little left over to pour into the dragon. Now me, I like to do some pretty good scraping as I do this. Get as much of the resin as I can mixed in so that I don't have any issues. Now they say mix for 3 minutes. However, I mix it until I don't see any strings. I see lots of bubbles. Okay, so that one should be thoroughly mixed. Now I'll mix this one up. Now, of course, I'm going to mix it some more when I put the black pigment in, so it'll be thoroughly mixed. Now what I like to do is I like to scrape my little mixing tool here, and then I'll scrape it off there and go down and mix it some more. Now let's get some black pigment out of this. Now of course you want to stir it up, make sure it's good and stirred. One. And there's 2. That should be plenty. I like to put mine in the debubbler after I put my pigment in, because that way you are mixing the pigment in while it's debubbling because of all the action going on in there. See, that's nice and black. Okay, so now these go into the debubbler, and as soon as they're out, I'll do the pour, but I'll be back for that. Okay, we are out of the debubbler vacuum chamber, and now I'm going to, got a few bubbles there on the top. I'm just going to knock those off real quick. All right, so let's do the lid first. I'm going to hold my stick so I can just let it run down there without taking off all that mica powder. Okay, well, that was 6 ounces. Might have underestimated it a little bit again. I was thinking 5, but I guess it takes more like 6. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's see if I got the egg correct or not. And just a little bit off on both. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I've got to mix up just a tiny bit more. But I'm going to mix it up enough to go ahead and pour the rest of the dragon. That way we can, when we demold the egg, we can demold the dragon as well later. So until later, I'll come back for, I'll pour those off screen, and then when we come back, we'll be demolding. So we'll leave it at that. All right, well, it's been a couple of hours. Let's see, I'll get my camera adjusted a little bit. And the egg is now completely cured. Well, thanks to a heating mat. and I've also got the little dragon here. So we're going to try to do the little dragon first. Try and take him out. Still pretty soft, so I'm going to try to be as careful as I can, because if you're not careful, it does have a thin spot and it can break. So let's try to not break it this time. We'll get him pulled out here. Loosen up the head. Get all the wings, both the wings pulled open and out. There we go. I can peel back the head. Yeah, he's starting to come out now. Okay, that's all loose. Now let's get his big spiky tail off. Yeah, there he is. All right, now there we go. Then it kind of in blue and red, or not blue, excuse me, red and gold. Looks pretty cool. Got a couple places with a little bit of overage on it, but not much right here. I can cut all that off after it totally cures up, but looks pretty good. All right, now let's take the lid to the egg off. See if I can angle this down just a little bit. Whoops. Sorry about that. Tighten that up. There we go. Okay, so I got the top of the egg out, the lid. So now for the challenging part is to get this part off. So we got to fill it off from the edge. And then you got to roll it down, basically, is how this works. Now, I like to take mine out when they're still a little bit soft. It gives it a little flexibility to it, but hard enough to where it's not going to stretch. There we go. That's it. And we'll pop this off. And there we have it. There's the bottom. And now let's put the top on. Oh, it looks like I got a few air bubbles on this one. I'll try to fix that with some UV resin and mica powder and see if I can fill those in. But there we go. Now you want to make sure that you don't leave it sitting on there until after it's fully cured, because it can bond itself to it. So you want to make sure you don't do that. But make sure it has its shape so when it's sitting there, it will come back. Now, don't forget to turn your mold back in. Well, and you can see where there's some micro bubbles. I'll have to clean all that up, so I'll clean that up off camera. But there we have it. We have the, take this down where we can get a better shot of everything. So inside here, you can see where I left it black with some color on it, but it came out nice and dark. I kind of like that. And then the lid, the bottom of the lid, I did have one bubble come up on there, so I'll work on getting that out of the way. Put that back on there so you can see the egg. And there's the dragon. Now when you do these dragons, you want to make sure you take and kind of try to get something that you can push down into the spikes to make sure that you get all the air out, because otherwise there will be big bubbles on the tips of these, and you don't want that. So, but there we have it. That's my video for today, and I will get this edited and posted so we're all good to go, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, whoops, sorry, I'm holding the camera. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a like and a share and pass it around. And if you'd like more of these videos, just hit the notification button. That way when I post a new video, it will show up and you'll see it. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye from the Crafty Dancer.